What do this envelope, two chickens, and a snake named Miss Creepy have in common? The short answer is that they were all carried by rocket, but let's back up a little bit. Airmail became a thing in the 19 teens and 20s. Mail could get from point A to point B faster than ever when it was carried on airplanes. And it was natural for people to start looking for new ways to carry mail. And it became sort of a fad in the late 1920s and 1930s to carry mail by rocket. Now, we think of rockets today taking people to the moon. Back then, a rocket was essentially a firework that they would shove mail inside of, launch into the air, and hope that it got to where it was going. Now, this was tried in North America. This was tried all around the globe. And in India, there was a gentleman named Stephen Smith who was a pioneer of rocket mail, because in addition to being a scientist, he was also the secretary of the Indian Airmail Society. And over the course of the 1930s, he launched no fewer than 270 rockets, 80 of which carried mail. This one right here was carried by rocket in 1935. A few months after, Stephen Smith became the first man to launch animals in a rocket. There was a rooster and a hen that he shoved into a rocket, launched it up in the air. Fortunately, they survived the flight and lived out the rest of their lives in a private zoo in Calcutta. Shortly after that, he put a snake named Miss Creepy into a rocket. No word on whether or not Miss Creepy survived the journey. I like to think that she did, but this is the fascinating story of rocket mail, a short-lived philatelic fad in the 1930s.